Well, you know what time it is. It's time for a Malibu beatdown. So the last time you saw this, it didn't have this fresh fancy paint on it. It was still blue and silver. We went with the custom limeish green. I actually mixed this myself, just with some Rust-Oleum brush paint. The lines suck, but it's a derby car, so whatever. Radius defenders, because why not? You gotta have the big openings. 310 small block. We got a stock car air filter looking deal, air cleaner. Batteries up there. Turbo 350. The last time I did a rip with this car, it had 241s. Now it has 390 gears in it, so it's quite sprightly with the little 310, I'll tell you that. We put in this terrible roll cage that probably doesn't do anything for safety, but it's more so like if I sideswipe a tree or something, when I come around the high side like an asshole, it might save the frame. What else we got? We got a gas cap from a 60s era Charger. It's not a real one, folks, it's a fake one, so don't give me nothing. There ain't no Pentastar on that shit. Trunk hold down, we ended up shaving the back of the trunk off so it's flush, because if you know how Malibus are, when you take this side panel trim piece off, the trunk overhangs. So I just hacked the back of it right off. Using a fuel tank from an El Camino, which was in here the last time, but now we have our filler neck. And they don't fit these cars because they're supposed to come out the back here. But if you build a derby car, you don't put a rear fill fuel tank on it, because when you get friggin' your ass rammed in, how you gonna fill the gas? So I might move it from here to up top here, right in this hole, because it sucks to fill. The irony of this thing is, unlike a stock car and a NASCAR, this thing takes like 15 minutes to put 5 gallons in because the hose is so fucked up. But what else we got? 3-inch aluminum tubing for bumpers. Save some weight, plus it looks kind of stylish this way. And we're using the stock high impact push thingies with 3.5-inch exhaust clamps to mount it. So it's quite nice. We have our side pipe. It's just a Y pipe. We now have a shifter in it, a really good one. It's a modified ratchet shifter, so it doesn't ratchet anymore. But when I had the other just stick shifter with a rod, anytime you'd hit a bump and the chassis would flex, you'd pull it into like 3rd gear or put it in reverse. It sucked. You had to hold it in 1st gear. Now I could just tap it into 2nd and leave it, and it doesn't shake around. So we should be good. This car's only got front brakes. I don't think there's drums on the back. Oh, there's drums on the back. Oh, I used them for spacers, because without those, the wheel is too close to the frame rail and it scrapes when you corner. So all we have is an oil pressure gauge. That's all you need, but it's facing the outside world, so I won't see it. Today we're gonna just be doing in-car footage. As you can see, the puddles. I've been starting to cut a groove in some other sections to kind of make some more technical routes here. But I guess we're just gonna have to rip them. I can't go through anything like this right now, but hopefully the bridge is okay. It's pretty deep there. Hopefully we don't flood the shit out of this, because there is no air filter. It's just open in the back here. Gonna set you guys right up on this mount here, so you're kind of on the inside. Maybe you can get a little shifter action, see how I drive. I don't know, might be kind of neat. The one thing I forgot to mention was I made this piece. I actually found it in the Impala. You set the phone down into it, you put your RAM mount through this little hole, the camera sticks through here, and I've tested this with an air compressor blowing right on this foam, and I don't seem to have any like fucked up audio, so it should be good this time. Okay. A little moment of silence for the fallen homie. Alright, that's all you get. Whammo. That's a lot of damage. Terminals are still there. I got a 3 bolt out of it now. Sweet. Got to put a new terminal on that wire though. Obviously the alternator is working. Kind of seamless Aussie accent there. That's a little bent more. My door is caved in. See if we can fix that right quick. Anything back here? Bam! Good as new. I'm gonna leave that stick. That's good. More sticks. No damage back here, just a lot of mud ski. That survived. That's nice. I also noticed, well, I gotta find my horn button because that's gone. I was wondering why it was shifting all weird towards the end there. I didn't know which gear it was in. I thought it was in first gear, but this was wobbling. The weld there broke. So when I made this work as like a non-ratcheting thing, I welded this like back piece to the handle because it actually works, but it broke for some reason. I don't know, maybe because it's only mounted to aluminum and it's flimsy as frig, but that's that. But we're gonna have to fix that. I guess I'm just gonna put it back on. I'm not even gonna. Oh. Well, we'll just put it back on and hope for the best. I'm probably gonna have to put bolts and shit for it. Radiator stayed intact. Everything's still on there. Just felt a little. It's fucking strawberry milk. Nice. Okay. Tire's still got air in it. This thing is a riot. This is how I wanted to drive the Pontiac, but I couldn't drive the Pontiac the way this car drives because it had a fucking oil cooler on the front and the hoses went below the radiator support here. So every time you'd bottom out, they'd break. And I didn't want to have a freaking 1-inch hose just pissing oil because that's a lot of oil, like quickly. So anyway, that's that. Hope you enjoyed that, because I certainly fucking did. Damn. I think that exhaust is bent. That doesn't, yeah, that's bent. Oh, well, it's bent because I just have a 3-bolt flange connecting it, so it kind of can move on its own where it wants to. But that's pretty much it for this car. I guess maybe next time you'll see this truck out on the bog. I'm not gonna spoil the cool stuff we did. Maybe I spoiled it in the shot there, but maybe not. It's not quite ready for the bog ski. So there's that. Do what you do.